It's not the end of the world, Mom would tell us, if something trivial would upset us, like our favorite toy breaking. An odd comparison to be sure, but it did give us perspective. But why do we focus so much on the end of the world? In this piece, we'll be looking into the most common beliefs since 1945. They are broken down into 3 categories: war, religion, and the combination of both. In 1945, 27% believed nuclear or atomic experiments would destroy the world. In 1950, 79% felt we should make a bomb more powerful, despite the fear of destruction. 58% believed that they were in danger of a bomb attack, and 1 in 4 Americans believed another war would mean the end of the world. In 1954, the 4th greatest worries were war and the atomic bomb, and the number 1 reason to go to church was fear and unrest towards the future. In 1956, 38% didn't believe they would survive an atomic war, and in 1958, Americans believed only 1/3 of the population would survive a nuclear war. In 1960, while 55% believed Jesus would return to Earth within 100 years, 60% were fearful of atomic war, but only 11% took steps to prepare for it. In 1970, the late great planet Earth was written, and by the end of the 1970s, 7.5 million copies were sold, making it one of the highest-selling books of the decade. By 1990, more than 28 million copies had sold. In 1979, the Office of Civil Preparedness had a fatalistic view on nuclear war. They said, a Russian submarine 40 miles off of New York can lob missiles at New York City that from launch to detonation will take 7 seconds. In that time, the military command has to discern the attack at its headquarters in Colorado and notify Albany, and they notify New York City to notify 56 precincts to turn on their sirens, and the people who hear them will run into buildings and will be turned into sand in a few seconds anyway. In 1984, 39% agreed that when the Bible predicts the Earth's destruction by fire, it means nuclear war. In 1985, the U.S. and Russia had enough nuclear arsenal to completely destroy human civilization in less than an hour. In 1986, 30% embraced the idea of rapture. The rapture is stage 1 in the second coming of Jesus, where Jesus will take Christians from the earth and bring them to heaven. By 1994, 44% embraced the idea of rapture. In 1987, 1/3 of 17,000 high school seniors believed nuclear or biological annihilation would happen in their generation. In 1995, 61% of adults and 71% of teenagers agreed that the world would end or be destroyed. 1/3 of teenagers believed it to happen in their generation. In 1996, 15% thought war-fulfilled prophecy and Armageddon was at hand. And in 2002, more than 1/3 of Americans pay more attention to how news might relate to end of the world and have discussed what the Bible has to say about it. 59% believe that the book of Revelation will come true. It's not hard to imagine the end of the world. It's an unknown in both how and when. While there are obviously other theories, these are some of the most popular beliefs, especially in how they relate to current events of those times. All things come to an end. It's just a matter of when and what you do in the meantime.